In this video, we've got a $10,000 grant opportunity with an application deadline that lapses in less than 2 days. We've got $5,000 grant opportunity. We've got a $100,000 grant opportunity. Grant opportunities for individuals with disabilities, veterans, students, you name it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have grants for everyone. I've listed them in my spreadsheet that you could find at bit.ly/bizss21, where I have included links to information resources and application portals to grants for everyone and all kinds of resources for free education so you can enhance your professional skills to generate more revenue. You can start a business from the technical skills you develop, or you can go ahead and hit Fiverr or Upwork and find people who do the job that you need to get done to operate your small business for you. Got tab labeled small business resources, where you can find resources that will assist you and help you in starting and operating your small business so you can thrive. Listen, it is probably the best resource, the best asset that you can build in this country. It's great to have a house. When you want to go buy a house, a realtor always tells you it's the biggest investment you'll ever make. Make a small business the best investment that you will ever make. Why? Because it's an asset that keeps on giving you. Qualify for more assistance when we are encountering a pandemic, the worst health crisis in our generation, potentially the worst economic crisis that this generation has ever faced. When you operate a small business, you qualify for things such as the Paycheck Protection Program. Fortunately, many of you have been able to leverage revenue, money that came from the Paycheck Protection Program through the Small Business Administration by watching these videos. And those of you who have been watching my videos from the jump that saw how I was going through receiving financial assistance through the Small Business Administration's Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, the grants, that's how we made our bones on this channel. Now, for those of you who've been watching my videos since December of 2020, when I started my Grants for Everyone series, you know that in an absence of you finding what to sell, what's my innovative idea, what am I going to sell, you simply can take used items that you have in your home, put them up for sale on eBay. My kids did it for a month. In February, I showed you, and they generated a quick $200 for 14, 11-year-old boys. Okay, they put up some old books that they had for sale. They had a monitor that I had gotten for them. They never used, and they sold that for like $80 and made the delivery themselves anyway. So in an absence of you finding something to sell, simply go out, put things up for eBay. And if you listen to me, and if you're completely broke and you went ahead and liquidated what you had in your home, remember, when a business is not doing well, when it's struggling financially, one of the first things they do, they liquidate everything they have. They sell it for cheap. That's why you see going out of business sales. They sell things at fractions of what they sold them previously. So now, Hello Alice, in partnership with eBay, is dispersing grants, over $500,000 in grants to people who started their eBay business between, I believe it was right here, I see the eligibility requirements, between October 1st, 2020 and July 31st, 2021. If you watch my videos since December and anytime thereafter until July, you would have had your account. You would have been selling products on eBay if you needed it. Some of you did not need it. You're operating other businesses. Okay. But even if you have a business, it's a great side hustle to have. You always have stuff you want to liquidate. eBay is the perfect channel for you to do that. Starting August 6th, 2021, eligible small business sellers can apply to the eBay Up and Running Grants Program. 50 recipients will each receive a grant package of $10,000. So it's not just one award of $10,000, it is 50. Vastly increasing the chance that you, as a viewer of this channel, will be a recipient of this award. Now, we've got other grant opportunities. Remember, the grants tab's got all kinds of opportunities that I've been able to find. Latinx business owners can qualify for grants of $5,000 from the Hispanic Heritage Foundation in partnership with TikTok. Right here, be at least 18 years old. Latinx who owns at least 51% of the businesses is an active principal in business prior to September 15, 2020. Before we move on from the eBay opportunity, just remember, application deadline is on September 30th, 2021 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, now take a look. The AAPI Strong program. This is for Asian Americans, Pacific Islanders, Native Hawaiian, majority owned, 51% or more owned programs. Application period. They actually had a couple of application periods. Well, no, excuse me. I read it wrong. Application period between August 25th, 2021 and September 10th, 2021. And they got the application review. Here are all the eligibility requirements. Listen, if you want to find out what is the best way for you to structure your applications for these grants, go ahead and contact these organizations. They're the best. They're the most qualified. A number of you ask me, can you write these things for me? You got to remember, I think I've got it saved over here. It's right here. Look, I've got this in the free education tab. Remember what I told you, that these free education resources that I listed on my spreadsheet right here, these are all grants, because education, the best education, you know, does not come free, especially in this country. I love it, but education is expensive. So I've listed free education resources. Look, Introduction to Proposal Writing. It's 1 hour and it's absolutely free. This program, the instructors will teach you how to structure your grant proposals, your applications for these grants. Even if you started your business today, you'll eventually get to the point where you qualify for these things. There are a number of these grant programs that they don't have the same qualifications as the Small Business Administration listed under their eligibility and criteria requirements. You do not have to have, or you do not have to have a business that was in operation in March of 2020 or September of 2020. You could start a small business right now. You qualify for these programs. And again, even if you don't operate a small business, I've got a tab for individuals, or for those individuals who want to start a small business. You can go ahead and do that right now. If you want to learn how to invest in crypto, I've got a way for you to get $10 in Bitcoin right here. And I get $10 in Bitcoin when you buy or sell $100 or more on Coinbase. And I believe you get $10 as well. I get $10, you get $10, you get $10, you get $10. Look, for nonprofits, for individuals, right here in the individuals tab. Look, education, these are not free resources, but like I said, I've listed all kinds of free. No shenanigans on this channel, man. No one on the web, on YouTube, has aggregated all these links. Look, you could be a cybersecurity professional through the resources I've listed, how to do search engine optimizations, how I've made my bones in operating my small business. I've been operating my business since 2010. The only investment was the amount of time that I put into learning my craft, practicing my craft. In other words, learning and executing on what I learned, and a couple of $100 to file my LLC, apply for the employer identification number through the IRS, which is absolutely free. Let's keep hunting, baby. Let's keep showing you. Join our fellow community. We are committed to championing businesses and founders whose work drives the world forward. If you have a social services business, since 2014, the Halcyon Incubators help fellow ventures raise $180 million, create more than 2,350 jobs, and positively impact over 2.7 million lives. So here's the application process right here. Look, take a look. All you have to have is an original idea. Must be early stage, as early as idea stage to as late as approximately $500,000 in USD in annual revenue. So all you have to have is the idea. What is your idea? Sometimes you have to transform your business to go ahead and cater to this stuff, because these are the type of opportunities where they'll hold your hand and they'll tell you an incubator, just like when you incubate a newborn baby or a little chick that just hatched prematurely, or they're trying to have the egg get warm enough so it gets to the point of hatching. Incubators for business, they provide space, they provide support, educational support, where you can learn how to operate your small business, where you can learn how to raise capital. Just take a look at what this fellowship offers you right here. They give you equity-free stipend. In other words, they give you some money and they don't take any equity in exchange. There's a final showcase to pitch Halcyon community members, investors, and strategic partners pro bono support. Pro bono meaning that they're not charging you, from Halcyon's legal, business, consulting, and technical partners, including Fortune 500 companies and entrepreneurs who successfully scale their businesses, mentorship and leadership coaching, etc., etc. You can read all the requirements right here. Readers are leaders. I was about to say leaders are readers, but it probably works vice versa. Leaders are readers. Readers are leaders, okay? Read the eligibility criteria. Read their past successes. Give these people a call. Hustle and you'll get this. You have to remember, you can also contact your local elected representatives. You can contact them through usa.gov or govtrack.us/members/congress/maps. I've showed you that numerous times. Matter of fact, let me just make sure that's the right email. govtrack.us/ let me just show you while I'm doing clash. Members or Congress/members. Oops. Let's get out of there. /members/map. Is this it? Yeah, it's right here. Look, got it by heart, baby. Congressional district maps. You can go ahead and type in your address and it'll give you listings of your congressional representatives. I can go back to my Howard Beach spot, right? Right here, Charles Chuck Schumer, Kirsten Gillibrand. I went ahead and contacted Hakeem Jeffries' office and they helped me with my Small Business Administration Economic Injury Disaster Loan request for increase. They helped me out. They sent me a privacy release form where I freed them from any liability, where I actually gave them the authorization or gave Small Business Administration the authorization to release my information to the office, and they started to get back at me until I finally got the increase, right? So you can contact these people and ask them, how can you receive funding for your small business, for your new small business? You got to remember, when you operate a small business, you're not only benefiting yourself, you're benefiting the people that you will potentially employ. You're benefiting the community. Remember, there are a whopping 25,701,671 non-employer firms. It's an official term used by the Small Business Administration to identify businesses who are operating by one person. They are self-employment projects. They want to ensure that these businesses thrive. Why? Because if they're generating revenue, selling whatever it is they got, old comic books or old electronics on eBay, they are requesting less money from the government. They don't need unemployment insurance. I don't need unemployment insurance, right? Because I'm generating revenue through my small business. Got the media company, right? Through what we're watching here, providing assistance and digital marketing services. I do not have to go out. It's matter of fact, I lose money. I will lose money if I go out for public assistance and I go full-fledged and start being like, listen, you got to give me all this money because I want to live off the government. Listen, I'll lose money. I make more money operating my small business. This is the mecca of capitalism. And out of those 25 million that I just told you, there are 31 million small businesses, right? 31,678,432 small businesses to be exact, which constitutes 99.9% of all U.S. businesses employing half of the U.S. workforce, 60.6 million U.S. workers to be exact. So they're not trying to let that go under. By no means necessary. That's why all this funding is putting to use. That's why you got to go out in there. Listen, ask them, how can I get funding to start my small business? How to keep my small business afloat? Find them right here, govtrack.us/congress/members/maps. More programs right here. Look, application. If you host an Airbnb, all right, and you've got some property and you rent it on Airbnb, they're requesting for people to go to this workshop where they're telling people how to buy their property and how to rent it on Airbnb. Listen, these are opportunities you should take. Why? Because this is where you network with other people. You speak to other people and more opportunities arise. Like, wow, you're making X amount of money on an Airbnb. I've got another speaking opportunity. You can generate more revenue. That's how I try to say yes to as many opportunities that I see viable as possible. Like I've got like a couple of speaking engagements coming up in September and October. I'm taking them. I just saw Fat Joe yesterday interviewing Salam Remy, and Salam Remy had offered him the beat that he gave the Fugees for Ooh La La La, and that record sold like 30 million copies, and Fat Joe was like kicking himself. He's like, yo, I want to throw myself off the balcony because it was a big blunder, right? He said no to an opportunity. He also talked about the Eminem pitched him his mixtape or his demo like 6 times and never signed him. What, the biggest rapper on the planet? Anyway, one of the GOATs? Anyway, take a look right here. Look, the BGE, this thing is still in operation. The BGE Small Business Grant for Maryland. Applications are now open. I listed on the grant spreadsheet. Right here, there is a free education resource, Accelerate Your Amazon Business. Reserve my seat. This is free. This is through Hello Alice and is absolutely free. After this sprint, you'll have a better handle on how to grow your business selling in Amazon store and benefit from Amazon Web Service and cloud solutions. It's all on the free education tab that you can find on the spreadsheet that you can load up on your web browser by typing in bit.ly/bizss21. I've got it all listed right here. How to do search engine optimization. That's how to configure your website so it can appear for queries that your customers or prospects are querying. Look, take a look right here. I've got them all right here. The Hello Alice education opportunities right here. I got grants for veterans that want to be entrepreneurs right here. Look, the Warrior Rising Project. Now, if you're a veteran, and I'll tell you, I'll just give you a quick tip. This is what I would do if I was a veteran looking for these grants specifically for veterans. You go ahead and establish services that help veterans. There are all kinds of grant opportunities for you. That's what I would do. Not financial advice. That's what I would do. I would establish, and I do provide service. I have provided services for veterans when I've donated my time to the New York City Small Business Services Department, and I've told them how to market their websites online, giving them all kinds of information to make them more technologically proficient so they can operate their small business in an online world before the pandemic. Take a look. Veterans are now turning to farming jobs, receiving assistance through Farmer Veteran Coalition right here. The Farmer Veteran Coalition. I think they train you how to become a farmer if you're a veteran right here. Farmer Veteran Coalition, mobilizing veterans to feed America. So they're getting jobs. I mean, this va.gov link gives you all kinds of tips. This is one Army veteran who actually started. He found that there weren't many education resources for veterans to learn how to farm. So he started an education resource. That's why you had to transform yourself. See where their need is. Sometimes you just have a regular idea and you find that there's a better idea. All right, you could be the genes to get the gold as well instead of the gold prospector, right? And this is what this gentleman did right here. Look, it was literally the proverb, what comes first, the barbecue joint or the pigs, right? He was trying to start a barbecue restaurant. Jackson searched for an resident training program, couldn't find one. Using his Ranger, he started his own, creating the AG Tech to Success program. So he couldn't find an education program, he helped develop one. Look, right there goes shot right here. He put it together. You could do anything. Look, veterans, they've got a waiver program with Beachbody. They train you. They cover the cost of training you to become a personal trainer, all right? In the military, they typically train you to train, but there's more information you could always learn. You know, how to cut people's body fat, how to help them get beach ready for the summer when they start trooping it out to Aruba after the vaccines and all that, right? Anyway, look, no fee checking accounts for Chase. It blew my, I just recently found out about this a couple of years ago. No $25 monthly service fee for a checking account for veterans. No, I just found out about this today. No annual rent for a 3x5 safe deposit box or smaller. Size is subject to availability and boxes may not be offered. I didn't even know this. I'm about to go get my safe deposit box, but don't tell anybody because I don't want some crook to start to plan a Hollywood blockbuster heist to try to get into my joint, okay? Take a look. Okay, the BGE, I told you about this one, right? The Power Forward Small Business Grant. I've had this for a while through the NAACP. Go ahead and perform queries if you don't find what you need. Just type in grants in the news section of Google. Look what pops up. Look, you get some news about, for instance, this. I've told you about the National Science Foundation, grants of up to $2 million to take no equity. And look, UF, I think it's the University of Florida. This is it right here, by the way. Look. Learn how startups can get up to $2 million to develop deep technologies. You simply have to have an innovative yet technically risky idea. You get funding through this thing. People are getting money. Look, they got the money, but they misused it. UF. Look, UF is disputing claims. UF, the University of Florida. They're disputing claims that they misused the funds, right? But you're going to use it for the right thing. They give you the mentorship on how to use this stuff. Look, recovery grants. Look, like I told you over here. That's the article we just viewed right now. Grants for teachers out in California. If you're not in California, go ahead and look in your state, in Texas, in New York, in Illinois, in Florida. Teachers grant. Just go look. Teachers grant. This is, look. Teachers grant in Texas right here. Look, and you get all of it right here. Grants for Texas schools. Teach in San Antonio. grants for teachers. You go to news right here. Grants available to increase AG literacy in Texas schools. Sometimes, listen, you have to transform your business. You're like, oh man, all I'm doing is cutting hair. Well, listen, maybe you can develop a process to manufacture clippers using artificial intelligence, using machine learning, neural networks, etc., which you can learn about on the free education tab, man. I told you about a scholarship program to learn machine learning. You can learn this stuff, man. Listen, and ladies, if everything that is around you has been built by other human beings, simply appreciate one of the most divine creations that God has given us the pleasure to leverage, which is the human brain. Each and every one of you watching this video who can understand what I'm saying, not just the dog. I mean, maybe, listen, if you are a dog, feel free to go ahead and use this information if you're capable to do so, if you're a dolphin. Anyway, if you're a human being, right? You have the same brain I got right here, okay? I'm not Mensa prolific, okay? I'm not any kind of Einstein or any kind of savant. You can't tell me, listen, on what day did September 26, 1975 fall? And I say Friday and I'm correct. Some people can actually do that. I can't do that kind of stuff. Nonetheless, I grind, putting the elbow grease, keep my ear to the grindstone, understand what it is that I have to do, learn what are the specifics that people have taken into account, have executed on to become successful. Learn that material. Don't be a cave person. Don't be the kind of person that, oh, I don't need to learn. I'll figure that out myself. No. If human advancement has taken us to a certain level, okay, go ahead and start from that level. Don't start from the beginning. We have all these educational resources that I've listed here and elsewhere that you could find on the web that you could simply find by querying whatever it is that you want to know. How to cut your nails evenly without scratching yourself, right? Whatever. Look, cybersecurity, free training, GCF Global, Google Workspace Learning Center. This is powerful. This is probably the most powerful parts of the spreadsheet, at least for me, how to configure a website to ensure that, or to increase the chances that the website appears for queries of targeted keywords. I work for a private jet charter company that I took from a $4 million capitalization to becoming 4 times that value, $16 million company, by ranking them for targeted keywords, the most competitive keywords in their industry. When someone would type private jet charter, the company would come up on the first page at the very top. And I learned that by following resources, by seeing how other people were doing it, trying my own experiments, seeing what worked, doubling down on what was effective and produced results. Kept on doing it for years on end. Started my business in 2010. Learned how to operate the social networks. Lo and behold, I have the esteemed pleasure of speaking to you today.